are we going to impress our foreign guests with Filipino cooking, but with a twist?
So we are PESCA-OVO-LACTO-tarians.
Haven't had Filipino food since full meat.
I'm getting scared.
Sweet and salty. Well, no, I guess. Yeah. It's like something
Oh, it smells so good.
So for today, what we're gonna be doing is that we are meeting Jason and Nikki Wynn. A little bit backstory. Nag-charter kami papunta ng Silangin, and there they were, the almost Tiffany blue catamaran in the middle of Silangin, and they were anchored there. Pete is just very, very friendly. Niradyo niya, tapos nag-hi hello siya, tapos sabi niya, do you wanna come over for lunch? Ganyan, ganyan. Because we have a professional chef on board. Me. Not a chef, not professional. So, and I was happy I served fish that day. Because what I served that time was blue marlin belly with a side of ripe mango salsa. They went on board, they had food, they all had fun, they all enjoyed the food. Saan ko daw nakuha yung sabi ko, I went to the palengke. They wanted to experience the Philippines as locally, authentically as possible. And we're going to the palengke, and then we're gonna prepare our dinner. Part of the experience would be showing them a little bit of Filipino cooking. Shoes off? Yeah?
Yes, you can.
Hello!
Hi, good morning.
How are ya?
How are you?
Good!
Oh, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Something to help keep the veggies cool.
Yes.
Don't know how long we're gonna be in the sun.
Oh, don't worry. So the plan is take you by the house at around maybe 4:30.
Okay.
Just to get like an intro into Filipino cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright. Are you excited to
That's
know
great.
like our menu for tonight? Okay.
If you want to spoil it, go for it.
It's a little bit challenging, really. You know how Filipino food, they're all meaty. I just really want to make sure that the dish does not lose the whole flavor,
Yeah.
and at the same time, you know, catering to your diet restrictions.
So what's the name of the dish?
They call it the national dish of the Philippines. It's called adobo. Adobo. I don't know.
Well, but like adobo is just a blend of spices,
Okay.
right? Or but it's something different for you.
Yeah. Here in the Philippines, adobo is like a way of cooking, like a protein or a vegetable in soy and vinegar.
Totally different than the adobo. that we
Yeah.
have,
It's very homey for a lot of Filipinos. It has so much variations of how it's cooked because every family claims their adobo is the best. So it's like your mom's spaghetti.
It's like
My
barbecue
mom,
in Texas.
yeah,
In Texas, everybody's barbecue is the best.
So it's like that. And
Taking Jason and Nikki to the local market was an opportunity to immerse them in the culinary culture here in the Philippines, specifically my hometown, Olongapo. Markets often showcase a diverse array of ingredients, spices, and traditional fruits that are unique to the area. Introducing them to my suki or regulars and answering questions they had about this new ingredient they found can offer valuable insights about our culture. Involving my guests in the shopping process allows me to bring them in the culinary journey with a deeper understanding and appreciation of Filipino food.
ang backstory nito, yung last na charter namin, plan ko sanang magdala ng grill. Tapos, yung grill namin nun, maliit lang. Yung bilog lang siya na parang camper type. Sa sobrang luma niya, butas na yung ilalim niya. So, napabili ako ng ganito. Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of She Tried and Tasted. So, for today, because we want to start with a big bang, we're starting this with a special guest. Let me introduce you, Jason and Nikki Wynn of Gone with the Wynns. Hi guys!
Hello.
Welcome to my home! I know this is quite a bit of a challenge because you have dietary restrictions. Would you like to share like what your dietary restriction is all about and just describe it a little bit.
So we are PESCA-OVO-LACTO-tarians is like the technical term, which just sounds awful. Basically, it means that we are vegetarians who still eat fish, eggs, and dairy.
And we live on the sea, we live in a sailboat, so fish is a good part for us to catch and get our protein.
First time in the Philippines. We've been here for a couple of weeks, but it's been a little bit crazy, and we've been.
We haven't had Filipino food, it's full of meat.
Exactly. So often Filipino food is referred to as being like some of the best food in the world, right? Like loads of flavor, everything else, but we haven't been able to try a whole lot of it because it is mostly meat-based.
Yes.
We're very excited to be able to kind of get a little bit of the local flavor, but obviously without the meat.
I've never done adobo without either chicken or pork because you know chicken pork adobo is the best, especially with the liver and the innards of it. I tried to do this last night and it came out amazing, and I couldn't wait to share this with you guys, you know, just to impart a little bit of the Filipino food and be able to kind of like meet in the middle. What we have here, this is crispy tofu. It's coated with some garlic powder and cornstarch just to give it a little bit more flavor. We fried this until it was like crisp, just to hold the texture, because later we're gonna be stewing it. Then we have some onions, garlic, bay leaves, quail eggs, just because they're cute. And then you also have your starch, which is the potatoes. Without the protein, there's like the lack of fat and flavor. And we want to compensate with adding more flavor coming from the nuttiness of the onions. So we can start with the onions, and then we just want to sweat it, like all of it. So there's like lots, more than the usual. So I usually add a little bit of water to create the steam and let the steam like do the cooking and its magic, and let it come into like almost like a translucent in color.
I love that you just said add water. Not a lot of people know that, and they end up just adding more oil.
Yeah.
And it gets greasier and greasier.
Yeah.
But the water is actually the key.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna add some bay leaves. So I like adding bay leaves and getting them part of like the sautéing moment. Do you love garlic?
I love garlic.
Okay, so I will let you like decide how much garlic you want it to be. Okay.
Well, I would have done the whole thing, but yeah, that would have been a lot of garlic. That's where you need smell-o-vision. Like, video is just not good enough.
And the garlic is like starting to brown. I'll just drop the tofu in. Essentially, what we want to happen is that we want to kind of like saute the tofus in, just to get like a coat of flavor coming from the
garlic and the
garlic and the onions.
Oh, it smells so good.
There we go.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh.
When this is done, I'd add in potatoes. We're just gonna add in our vinegar. So any vinegar would do, but I like the cane vinegar.
Cane vinegar as in made from cane, like sugar?
Yeah. Yes. Yes? This is going to be funny. Can I excuse myself? I forgot the mushroom soy sauce. I'm using half and half. For regular adobo, they just use straight out soy sauce, or depending on their saltiness preference.
Okay. So the mushroom's less salty.
Yeah, mushrooms less salty, the less sodium soy sauce will work too. But for this one, I'm gonna use half of this one and then half of the recipe that I'm doing is the one of my dad's.
Because every
Oyster.
Filipino's gonna have their own twist, right? Of course.
Yeah. So he just likes to add oyster sauce into it.
Okay.
So, which I think is still
Yeah.
included in your restriction. So that, and then some just oyster, just to add a little bit of umami in it.
Mm-hmm. And that's more water.
We want to kind of like boil this until the potatoes are cooked. When the potatoes are soft, we're just gonna add the quail eggs and then let it simmer a little bit just for the quail to soak up the flavor. Yeah.
Okay. It's all about the flavor.
The good thing about this one is just you saute it and then you throw everything in, you let cover, let it simmer, and then you're just good to go. And then it's also perfect with like a bowl of rice. So I was eating this yesterday in a bowl with a spoon or a fork, and then I'm just like sitting on the couch. It's never a party without lumpia. It takes a village, literally, to create lumpia and to make sure that there's enough for everyone. Here in the Philippines, after having like dinner, usually the leftovers, whatever was left, and usually there's like a lot that's left, they let you take home some of the stuff too. Lumpia is usually made of pork and carrots and vegetables that is available to you.
So what's in here?
This one's celery, and then you also have like your onions, and then you have your carrots here. And then this one is the milkfish. The one that we saw earlier at the market was deboned, and then you marinated in vinegar and garlic. You can fry it and then eat it as is. That's called daing.
Okay.
But for this one, because we want to incorporate that and replace the pork with fish, that's what we use. And we need a little bit more flavor, just to add a little bit more zing. So we're just gonna throw everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Since the fish is already cooked, you might find this filling a little dry. So we're adding in eggs and cornstarch to help bind these ingredients together.
And just eyeball the amount of fish that you would put in there. And then I do that. And then take the sides. And then I just like start tucking it, like pulling them towards me, just so it gets like a little bit more tension. Just like furling a jib, you know, you need a little bit of tension.
Yep.
There we go. And then we usually just seal it with water. Call the guys from Taco Bell because they.
Well, we are from Texas, so this would be, we would definitely call this a burrito. Yeah, and because we're frying it, then it would become a chimichanga.
All right. Okay, I think that's good. And then we're gonna enjoy some pandesal. And
Enjoy some what?
pandesal.
Okay, what's that?
This is usually bought in the morning while it's still hot. This one is special because this is from the pandelitos. So pandelitos from Manila.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the good thing about the pandelitos is that it lasts on the counter for like 5 days and it doesn't get tough. So this, see, she's like, really? Really? Yes, really. Usually they just put butter, but I like the local cocoa jam.
I haven't had that yet, but
Or you can just like dip it in coffee. So it's like your replacement for toast.
okay. That looks like caramel. Mmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting scared. She's not speaking.
I love it. It's very desserty. That reminds me of like dulce de leche. And then this, oh my gosh. No, this is dangerous.
All right, okay, you guys enjoy. I will go back to cooking. I will get back to you with dinner's shirt. Okay, enjoy.
In the heart of the Philippines beats a spirit of warmth and hospitality that has defined us for generations. We are known for our genuine kindness and welcoming nature, traits that are deeply embedded in our rich culture. And in the center of that culture is our tradition of sharing food as a way to connect, celebrate, and build friendships. New friends are actually invited to try and taste culinary delights, from savory adobo or my mom's soul-warming sinigang to sweet leche flan. In every Filipino household, a table laden with steaming dishes is not just a meal, but a gesture of love and friendship. So, whether it's a simple gathering with friends or a fiesta, food is a common language that brings people together and create lasting memories.